Okay, everybody, so welcome back to our series of videos on the CARRD platform. And this is for those of you who want to build your brand, your business, and ultimately your bank account using what I believe is the best software as a service, no code opportunity for home based consultants, web marketing entrepreneurs, digital media brands, and certainly for web designers who want a really good simple to use, scalable tool that you can really dig into and have a lot of fun with while building a great business in super speed or with super speed. So before I cover what I'm about to show you, really a very easy strategy that anyone can actually implement right now to build your business using this general approach. I've just created a brand new audio bingeable series of lessons. It's a private podcast. It's a series of questions and answers and specific workflows on using CARRD to build your business from home. So each week there'll be a single PDF walkthrough with step-by-step directions, the niche that we're targeting, as well as templates that you can use for that particular niche, as well as audio lessons that you require no screen, no login. Just download it to your podcast catcher of choice, and you'll have literally a business in a box in your phone that you can listen to on the go wherever you are and get ideas for how to use CARRD to build your business. Again, these are marketing strategies, not design strategies, but you'll also be getting themes and templates that accompany each of these as part of this new private podcast course. Okay, so if you're interested in that, I recommend checking that out below. I'll be doing this all through December and January, and this is completely separate from our CARRD 30-day 1K challenge. This, for those of you who are in that, you're going to get this in addition to that. But I'm getting lots of questions, and I'm recording answers to those questions for my clients who are in that CARRD challenge, and people are really finding the audio, personalized recordings for their particular questions very helpful. And I just decided, why not do this for everybody? Take all the questions and create very specific, step by step, scalable strategies that anyone can actually implement and actually do this rather than just watching videos and learning that way. Okay, so today we are going to really quickly look at one of these strategies. And obviously, this is a video, not an audio, but you'll get the entire workflow for this, including these downloads that I'm about to show you when you get access to our audio course. All right, so let's really quickly look at a idea um, for realtors. All right, so I use realtors as kind of the de facto niche because it's a high dollar niche. It's folks are really interested in improving their businesses. They want to be innovative. They want to have, if you know a lot of realtors, it's a very competitive industry. They're always hustling. They're competing against each other, and they're always trying to step up, stand out, and kind of rise above the shallow sea of similarity where most of the realtors swim, right? So they want interesting, innovative, um, successful evidence-based strategies that they can use to build their business. And of course, a newsletter is one of the preeminent approaches that any of us in any niche can be using to communicate with our clients, to do lead generation, etc., etc., etc. So what I recommend, and I did another video on this not that long ago. Let's bring this up here. Is creating these realty landing pages, newsletter landing pages, and you can either sell these for $100, $200. They can be customized very quickly. Changing the picture, changing this here. Hi, I'm Jane. I love townhouses and I'm your local. Right? So you can change all that very fast and then republish it. So you actually can just scale this with super speed. And there are lots of ways in which to use something like this in your outreach, right? You can actually create these for each person that you reach out to in advance and give them something that's already done and say, hey, Jane, would you be interested in, this particular, uh, you know, uh, newsletter design for your business. I saw you on Instagram, or your office is down the street from my favorite restaurant, and really love the collection of houses that you have for sale. Took a look at your website and noticed that you don't have a newsletter. Well, guess what? This is something that we do. So that's the lowest hanging fruit, right? You tell Jane that you are a local web developer in Cleveland, New York City, Kansas, wherever it may be, and you specialize in newsletters for realtors, and you'd like to give her a landing page, right, for her newsletter. Well, of course, Jane's going to say, great, what am I going to do with the landing page? Now, you would put her picture here, maybe the picture of her agency here, or a house she may have for sale here, etc., etc. This is one option. You can make it very appealing for Jane to have something turnkey that's already done for her, and say, either you're giving it to her for free, or you're going to charge $100, and literally it takes you 10 minutes. So who cares if it's $100 for the year? If it only takes you 10 minutes, if you can do four of those, an hour, and still have 20 minutes to spare, you're making $400 an hour. All right. So let's say that's not appealing enough for Jane, right? So that Jane is not really persuaded that she needs this that badly. So here's what I recommend, and I'm always talking about this idea of irresistible offers, right? Creating offers that are ultimately irresistible for your ideal audience. So in this case, we're going to go into a Canva design folder that I have, and these are all realty oriented templates. So let's say you want to give Jane this as well, right? So you are going to give her a templatized 5 steps to prep your home for photography. This could say anything. It just happens to say prep your home for photography. I've used this for all sorts of different niches. But if you scroll down, you can see it's customized for this particular realtor. Now, you could very simply, as quickly as I just changed that newsletter landing page, you could change this to here. I'll do it right now on the fly. You can see now I've changed that picture. You can change this to Manny. You can change, all this with super speed. And guess what? You now have something that you can give away to a realtor, right? So you can say, hey, Manny, are you interested in this sort of PDF or this thing that you can give away to your clients on how to prep their homes for photography? And it's, it has this nice layout. It's a PDF, and you can deliver it to people who sign up for your newsletter, right? So folks would be signing up for this newsletter and getting a copy of all right, so of course that's not going to type for a second. There we go. Okay, as you can see, my computer's not playing nicely. Let's go back. All right, so now you have something like this set up for Jane, which again, you could say is $100, and you're giving her this as well. All right. So she can have people sign up for her list and get a copy of this PDF, right? Very, very easy. All right. Let's say you want to take that to another dimension. So let's say you want to give Jane a complete newsletter that's a PDF of her favorite places in whatever the locality is, right? Say it's, Cleveland, Kansas, New York City. It doesn't matter. Boston. So this would be, you know, Manny's top 10, whatever in whatever area. All right. And it's delivered. So 2 pages, let's say, here and here. It looks great. And she could do it, or he could have a version of this every month, and you can do it for them, right? So you're now offering this newsletter service where this realtor can share 10 of her favorite or his favorite, local places, events, restaurants, parks, libraries. It doesn't matter in their area every month, and you'll charge, let's say, $500 for that, $400, whatever it may be, per month for a year. And if they pay you, let's say, in advance for the year, or quarterly, you give them a 25% discount. So now, again, you're starting with this newsletter landing page that's built on CARRD, that's going to be delivering to her potential clients, so she could advertise this on Facebook or on Instagram or wherever it was. That's going to be starting to deliver really high value resources like her newsletter every month that you're going to be doing, right? So this gives you the ability to give away or charge really, or have these loss leader sorts of offers, something that just gets you in the door like this, that is really easy for you to create in just a few minutes and ultimately allows you to sell these back end services like this newsletter marketing to your ideal audience. Now, of course, you could really take this even beyond. And then let's say in this newsletter section here, you want to sign them up. You also want to create a digital version of this PDF newsletter. Same kind of curated list of things that people can do in Chicago in December or around Christmas or Hanukkah or Thanksgiving or whatever your holiday season of record is. All right. So now you can also offer a backup offer, which is, or a secondary offer, or a higher end offer, which is the digital version of that PDF newsletter. So now you're using a service like Review, which is really, it makes it super easy to create newsletters. They were just bought by Twitter, by the way, a few months ago. It's really a great service. I've been recommending them for years. And you can create this PDF newsletter, this digital newsletter using Review, and simultaneously give them a Canva, excuse me, you can give them these, a CARRD landing page in addition to all that for the same price. Now you're starting to get into this irresistible offer environment where people are going to be like, are you really telling me I'm getting all of this stuff like now? Like, I mean, for this price? And this takes very little time to implement. And it's just a question of getting yeses. You send the email, you identify the audience, first, then you start testing your first irresistible offer, and then you send it out, and that's it. I mean, then you start testing the outreach, the email, however it is that you're approaching people. I recommend email over alternative methods, but you can certainly use Twitter, Instagram, etc. And you have a business in a box starting in a hour. I mean, you literally sit down and start this in an hour. If you're interested in doing this with my help, we have this whole audio course now where I'll be going over these sequences and giving you PDF walkthroughs of how to implement them, and where appropriate, giving you downloads like these that you can actually use, and like this, which is a card template for landing pages for newsletters, literally giving you everything you need to build your brand, your business, and your bank account using the CARRD platform. Okie doke. So if you're interested, I encourage